Excuse me, but I don't believe you're authorized to come aboard for this voyage. But I can always check the roster for your working name. Or your personal name would also suffice. How about it? No, that's so rude. We haven't laid eyes on each other in almost a year, and that's how you greet your oldest shipmate. Oh, I'm wounded. Did the glory of all those beastie hunts and the mountains of divided spoils mean nothing? Can you not give me your personal name at last, girl? For old time's sake. In celebration of all that we've shared together. Or must I call you by your working name until the day I die? Really, you're so wrapped up in that mystery that you'd be naked without it. Maybe that's why I wish you'd strip it away for me. But you're still gorgeous, wearing any name. Hey, don't aim that phaser at me. I was only trying to bring a bit of levity to our meeting, so you wouldn't cry at the very sight of me. I have grown more stunning in our time apart. All those solar rays magnified the glow of my charm, and now I'm nearly irresistible. Yeah, it's true that my humbleness diminishes with each and every flattering smile I receive. Honestly, the jokes aside, I am delighted to see you again. I nearly blew out my tech when I saw your working name added to the crew roster, especially for this job. There's no other woman I'd rather have beside me while sailing into the deepest sectors. It's been so long since we've received a job of this caliber, and I'd hoped its lure would hook you back in with us. Come on over here and help us pack the cargo into the hold. We've got a full ship of sailors this voyage, so there's plenty to pack up. I can't risk not having enough manpower with a beastie this big going under fire. But this might rank in the top 3 kills for us if we're successful. Makes the blood tingle to think about the challenge. You still remember which weapons go on which racks, right? Good girl. But we've got a few upgrades in the meantime, so leave the newer stuff to me. Automatically deployed ray nets, a few bio-seeking lances, and this handy cannon that blasts trace elements to confuse any void creature's senses for a diversion. Some hunts have gotten almost too easy since we traded for this beauty. I can't complain about the profit it's brought us. I'll teach you how to use them all. Unless you've already learned, working for your last crew. Speaking of which, I hear you had a bit of a scrape with the orbital mafia. What was that about? Very risky to smuggle for their competitors at the same time. Risky, yet undeniably the fastest way to make double on a job. They don't usually let little transgressions like that slide. How did you and your captain make it out of that one? Consider yourself lucky that your captain predicted that. If the Mafia head didn't have an affinity for Siren's Kiss, and you didn't have it on board, I shudder to think what might have befallen you. That's a powerful bargaining tool. You could leverage an entire cargo's worth of other goods against one hit of the stuff. Perhaps the Mafia head had run low on his own supply. Still, your old captain better sleep with one eye open. Illusionary dust can only cover so much bad blood. Was it the orbital mafia that left that new scar on your cheek? Or was it for another adventure that you'll have to tell me about? Preventing a mutiny, eh? I'm impressed, girl. You defended your captain as loyally as ever, I'm guessing. They must have paid well to keep you on for as long as they did. Thankfully, we haven't had any rumblings of mutiny here in the meantime. Though, It's been rough trying to sow trust with new partners on the crew. I always knew you'd never double-cross me, but I can't say the same for most of the others who've come and gone in the last year. Loyalty is hard to come by, and trust is an easily corruptible currency when the stakes are all or nothing. But the bones of the crew are still the same as you left them. The captain's only wary of the newcomers. So far, there's been no sign of treachery, but no one else has my back the way you do. Your skills with a blade, a phaser, or any weapon, I can trust my life to not only those skills, but your friendship. My eye! Oh, no, not one in noble battle, I'm afraid. We hit a cloud of natters while we were hauling our prize back. It was about 2 months after you left, and I was too slow powering up my shield. It's not so bad. The mechanical eye works even better than my original. I can see almost as far as the navigational scope in the control room. I've been promoted in a way, since my value increased with the optical upgrade. I kinda like it. Hey, you're not showing me a glimpse of sympathy, are you? That's a shady look on you, girl. Please, shed no tears for what's happened in our time apart. We've plenty of beastie hunts ahead of us, and it'll be just like old times. We'll be leaving any moment now. Are you ready to go on another adventure with me? That's what I like to hear. Listen, I know promises are cheap in our line of work, but perhaps next time either of us consider joining another crew, we could do it together. It took this entire year for me to realize just how efficient we were as a team. You probably don't need me, but I feel like I need you to be at my best. You don't have to answer right now, but just think about it. There would be merit in becoming permanent hunting partners. Maybe even in more ways than one. Well, there's the call for cast-off. Let's go hunt a beastie!